Join us again next Sunday. Coming up on GMTV is the latest news and Sunday Best with Mike Morris. But from us, it's cheerio and enjoy the rest of your weekend. What are you up to?
Tonight, they are as cunning as 007.
Hey! Let's play dead.
As brave as Indiana Jones. They have the firepower of Dirty Harry and the undercover skills of Inspector Clouseau.
We're Americans!
And they've got just one thing on their mind. To be Spies Like Us, starring Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd, tonight, 6:30.
She's been doing that ever since she had a Thomas Cook of Spain.
Really make you feel at home.
Fed up with counting calories and still not losing weight? Top psychologist Eric Sigmund may have the answer.
It's not just what you eat, it's the way that you eat it. You don't have to eat in front of the television, do you?
Can the television you watch really change the way you eat? Find out with GMTV next week.
Hello and a very warm welcome to another edition of Sunday Best. I'm Mike Morris. Now, coming up in the show this morning, in the aftermath of that much publicised Gillian Tailforth libel trial, we'll be asking, is your reputation a luxury you simply cannot afford? Now, this week, elsewhere, the government announced plans to tackle the major environmental problems. But 18 months after the Rio Earth Summit, is it too little? Too late? Simon Hughes, environmental spokesman for the Social Democrats, joins us on the sofa. Now, following the disturbing claims that a 16-year-old girl has contracted mad cow disease, we asked the experts, is British meat really safe to eat? Well, they've finally gone and done it. 66 days after the search began, the Football Association have appointed Terry Venables as the England coach. Now, the man whose goals won the World Cup in '66 for us, Mr. Geoff Hurst, he'll look at the task ahead for El-Tel and, by the way, name his own ideal England team. All that, plus a roundup of what's in the papers with former MP Rosie Barnes and journalist Mark Stein. But now let's catch up with the daily quandary, the weather. And Charlie Neal, good morning to you, Charlie.
Good morning, Mike. You all right?
Yes, not too bad. It was getting milder, but I sense it's now getting colder again. Tell us what's occurring.
Oh, it's changing daily around here. It's been a case of constant fronts crossing the British Isles. Cold, then warm, then cold, then warm. We've got a cold one at the moment, so it's feeling a bit fresh out there today.
Is this a fairly orthodox pattern? I mean, we're now used to saying, are we suffering global warming? Is there an extreme? Is there a national disaster happening? But is this fairly typical weather right now?
It is. It's pretty mild. We are having one of those mild winters, but it's this changeable pattern is nothing unusual. It's just something we have to get used to. You know what British weather's like, can never make up its mind. It's been pretty awful in Scotland overnight, Mike. They've been having a problem with their wind again. Gusts over 50 miles an hour in most places, up to 90 in the exposed parts. Scotland's used to it, of course. That is typical for them. And the wind will carry on through this morning, but should ease down this afternoon. A noisy few hours in Scotland. Then I hope you can hear me above the din outside up there. Otherwise, nothing too horrible up there for us, just this cold front you can see that pushed down the UK overnight. Most of the rain cloud leading that is now over the North Sea. Just the dribs and drabs left over for the southeast of England this morning, but that'll clear during the morning. Bright and breezy for most of us, with a few showers for the northern parts of England, Ireland and Wales. It is Scotland really that gets the bum deal today, with blustery, squally showers, bits of hail and sleet in those showers, and more snow for the mountains. A smidge better everywhere for this afternoon. Less wild in Scotland, bright and breezy most other places. But the noticeable thing about today, as I said, it is feeling cooler than yesterday. It was a cold front that went through a few hours ago. Mild temperatures last night, but with this fresher air mass we've got now, temperatures not improving much through the day. But all of these temperatures still above average for January, so really not doing too badly at the moment, Mike. That's it for now. I'll catch you again in an hour.
Will do. We'll make a date. Thanks very much, Charlie. Now it's time for the national and international news with Ross Kelley.
Good morning. John Major's leadership is under renewed pressure today as Labour promises to step up its offensive on the government's record on tax.
One beat fellow American
Todd Martin in straight sets to add the Australian title to his Wimbledon and US Open Championships. Those are the main news headlines. Here's Mike.
Thanks, Ross. Time for all the weather details now from Charlie Neal.
Good morning, Mike. Thank you. There's been some severe weather in Scotland overnight. It's their old wind problem again. Gusts over 50 mile an hour in most places, up to 90 in the exposed parts. Orkney seems to be getting the worst of any gusts going at the moment, and that wind will carry on through this morning, should die down this afternoon. Otherwise, nothing too horrible up there for us. Just this cold front that pushed down the UK overnight. Most of the rain cloud leading that is now over the North Sea. Just the dribs and drabs left over for the southeast of England this morning, but that will clear during the morning. Bright and breezy for most of us. Few showers for the northern parts of Ireland, England and Wales. It really is, though, Scotland that continues to get the rough deal with blustery, squally showers there, wintry showers too. A bit better everywhere for this afternoon, less wild in Scotland, bright and breezy most places. The noticeable thing about today going to be those temperatures feeling cooler than yesterday. It was a cold front that went through a few hours ago. We had mild temperatures last night, but with this fresher air mass we've got now, temperatures aren't really going to improve much through the day, and it's feeling especially cold in Scotland with that wind, of course. That's how we're fixed for the day then. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm off now, Mike. Sally's back tomorrow. I'll see you all soon.
Thanks for your efforts, Charlie. Thank you very much. That's it for this week. Join us again, same time, same place. Ignore the clock. Next week for another edition of Sunday Best for your delectation. Now it's time for Disney Adventures. For us, goodbye.
He's so cute. I think he's so divine. I wish he'd be my Valentine. He's so handsome. He's so tender. He always was my favourite EastEnder. Oh, Mikey, Mikey. Oh, my heart pounds for you. So stunning.
Women, what do they know?
A huge bloodthirsty shout of up Peliar, and let's man the longboats for this week's Disney Adventures. To Disney Adventures. Well, I won't leave you in suspense for much longer as to where we are, because we are as far north as you can possibly go in the British Isles. We're up here in the Shetland Islands, and we're about 100 miles off the north coast of Scotland. There's John O'Groats there, and there we are. We're here in Lerwick, which is the capital of the Shetlands, and we're here for a very special event because there's a festival here today. It's the Up Peliar Festival.